Alright, welcome back to part 2 of this. We're going to try and design this page. We have the bottom nav menu to complete first, and then we can now work on the toolbar. So we go step by step. So first we go to resource file, directory, select menu. Create a menu. It's just new menu resource. So we're gonna call this bottom nav menu. And yeah, that's our menu right there. I could make a group that have all the same attributes, but I want to do this the hard way. Item ID, what do we have? Home, icon, oh whoops, title would be home, and then icon we'd have to get that somewhere, and then item ID would be search. Okay, and then title, search, and icon would be search icon, but we'll do that later. Item ID would be chat, and title would be chat, and then icon would do that later. Item ID would be profile, and title profile, and icon would do that later. So we have all of this, and now we want to get the icons. So we get the icons from the vector asset library that's in here. So first we need a profile, so let's go person. How is it? Is this filled or is it not filled? So some are filled and some aren't. Alright, so select this one. I'll just name this profile icon. Do I want it that color? A little bit gray. Previous. I'm here. Let's mess with the color balance a little bit so it's grayish. And choose. And then that should do it. Hello? What's going on? Oh, whoops. Next, finish. I know what I'm doing. Right click vector asset, click hello. So slow. Search, select that, select search icon, it's still the gray, finish, new vector asset. To do this continuously. Ugh, it's kind of tiring. Home, icon, new vector asset, and then we're gonna call this one chat. This is all we have. Notification. Oh wow, that's what we have, huh? Message. Alright, I guess I'll just select that one. Chat icon. There we go. Next and finish. And then here we can say chat icon, profile, icon, search icon, and home icon. Yep, and then we're pretty much done with our menu. And in here we just call the menu to be bottom nav menu, and then we set the label visibility mode to unlabeled, and then we have our bottom nav bar set up. Yay! It's kind of looks okay. The circular thing would be left out for now, but yeah. So we have our bottom nav bar done. Now we need to work on the toolbar. So I'm just gonna control click on that one, and then add a text view wrap content, wrap content, and then the text would say title, and this is just to see what it is, so it has to be red as well, so that would be bold, and text size would be about 20 dp. 20 is too small for what she has, so we want it out there. We want it large. There we go. It's pretty big as it is so far. And then we want the icon of that. And we can now have a circular image. There are multiple ways to do this, but for the time being, I think no. You know what? Let's do this properly. So if I make a relative layout within this, width is going to match parent, height would match parent as well. So why are you going nuts? Like that. Hello? Delete button? What the hell is going on? I could delete for a second there. Alright, so we have this, and then this is one way, making circle profile image with card view. This is one way to do it. I'm not sure if this is like looked good upon. What's the word if it's not frowned upon? Shined upon? Something. We set the width for 2080p. The width and the height needs to be the same, right? But then our card corner radius would have to be 50 dp, right? If we set that to 50, then it gives us a circle, and then I can set the background to just red, for example. I don't get anything. Yeah, that's fine. There's no reason to set a background. I have no idea why I was setting a background right there. And we have this set up, and now we can say align parent n to be true, center vertical true. It's gonna push it down, and then we're gonna give this relative layout. It already has some form of padding, so margin n of about 10 dp. That should be alright for what we have. And now in here we can add our image. Whatever image is within this, if it matches the parents, it would be a circular image. So I'm just gonna give it a red background, and yeah, that should do it. So right now it doesn't really show it, but when run, it's gonna be circular. So we'll leave that be. Alright, we need to give them IDs. So this would be, oh no, you know what, this guy doesn't need an ID, but this one definitely needs an ID. So toolbar title, it already has its own title, but we want this one. I just want this custom one that I have right here. I can't be bothered to go through styling it personally for each individual item. Right, so we're kind of done with this one and this one. Let's see, does it ever change? Yes, it does. Oh wow, that's a drastic change, isn't it? That is a drastic change. Alright. Quite wonder, to achieve this, do we need multiple different toolbars? I might just have two toolbars. Yeah, I'll just have two toolbars for that one. So this toolbar would just say read, like so. So there's no need for this. I'm never gonna call it. I'll just have that. And now all I need to do is set up this one. So this one can just be horizontal linear layout. That just has a bunch of list of other stuff. So let's get that out the way. So inside this relative layout, we want a linear layout. This linear layout is gonna match. And orientation would be vertical. That's gonna be the whole screen, but it's also gonna be inside of a scroll view. So we have this scroll view kind of inside there, and we can't have multiple children of scroll views, so we'd leave this. We select this We have this scroll view that goes like so. It goes all the way down underneath, which is kind of what we want. That's pretty good. But we also want to give it a space, so I'll just add a blank view right here, so the width can be whatever you want, and the height would be about 70 dp, just to counteract the bottom nav bar right there. And yeah, that's about it. Alright, scroll view can't have multiple parents, I mean multiple children. Let's not forget that. So empty view for the nav bar. Whoops. And paste that right in there. Now we have ourselves our empty view. It's up top, but that's fine. Oh right, this needs to be below toolbar. So it definitely start from here. This guy has to go all the way down to the bottom. And now we actually start designing this page. How long did that take? Just 11 minutes just to get the hang of this. Ooh, this is longer than I expect. All right, so this guy, we're gonna use a view pager for you. So let's say view pager. Width would match parent, and height, let's say 200 dp. It doesn't always start with what I want. There we go. So 200 dp for our view pager, and then we're gonna give it an ID, and then we're going to call it, I'll just say highlight. There, that should kind of do it. It's our highlight. That's for the view pager. Oh yeah, we also forgot list of buttons, category buttons. Because I don't see extra stuff, I'm just going to assume that this is it, you know. And then because if you select here, you can see more. You can search for your own genre or whatever. But yeah, popular, books, business, science, and math. Okay, so it's a linear layout. The width would match parent, and height would wrap content. Orientation would be horizontal, and it just holds a bunch of texts. So these are all text, all of them. So text view, wrap, text popular, text color black, at color black. We don't have any black. That's very rare not to have black. Sometimes I just say random things. Alright, so that's black. And text size should be about 15 to 16 dp. Okay, 15 is still too small. 19 dp. Yeah, 19 is okay. Maybe just make 20 for good measure. Alright, that's very good, very good. Margin end of 10 dp, just to give it that little space it needs. Then we just copy this and paste. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Right, so we have all this. What do we have over here? Wrap content, gravity, centered. So it's now dead center. Needs to be a ways from there. So margin top 20 dp. Just give it that little push down. Yeah. Probably need to change the font if we want to get the same feel, but that would be okay. So first is popular, then the next is books, and the next is business, next is science, and then math. Whoops. Ophelia. 15. Oh, you don't need it, do you? Yeah, I don't know why I put it for that last guy. mm, 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 mm. Okay, so we have that, and then we also want to push it down. So margin bottom. So push that down too. We need to now add this 3 dots, which is another. Oh no, that's below the linear. So 3 dots for the view pager. And let's just say linear layout. Width would be wrap content. And height with wrap content. Orientation vertical. No, horizontal. So we want 3 dots. So we make our first one image view. Width, wrap. Background would be in drawable / inactive dot. And yeah, that should do it. So we come to drawable, right click, new, drawable resource, and then we call inactive dot. Why did I put a capital letter? A drawable file. There we go. Shape. Alright, so a drawable circle. So on the circle, shape is oval, and then has to be the same. Okay. Oval. And width, size. Ooh, the width and height needs to be the same. 10 dp. 10 dp. Like so. And solid would be gray. Color, gray. Like so. We don't have a gray too. Okay. Let's make a gray. Gray now. That's gray. Right, there we have those. This one, select, and select. And we have those 3. So margin. Let's just add a margin of 10 dp. Whichever 10 dp is too much. 5 dp. There we go. Perfect. So delete that. Copy it again. What am I doing? Just C. To D. V. There we go. We have 3 dots and gravity center. There we go. So now those 3 dots are gonna be underneath. So it's also gonna have its own margin of 5 dp, just to give it some demarcation from the top part of it. And then we need top list and then a grid view. So we come here after we close this. We can add a text view, wrap, and the text says top list, text color black, text size 20 dp. Yeah, that's okay. And margin top 10 dp, just to push it out a little bit. So we have that, and now we can have grid view. Width would match parent, and height would wrap content like so. So we can have that much grid view, and close that. That's our grid view. Then we now have the same thing again. This margin top is already set. This time it will say new list. New list, like so. Right, it's a little bit of padding going on over here, and then that now has a another one. I'm gonna assume that goes this way, so I'll make that into a recycler view. So nested scroll view with, whoops, view match parent, and yeah, that should technically do it. This guy needs a padding of 10 dp. Right, so we have this padding of 10 dp. This guy needs a margin start of 10 dp. Just push it underneath. 15? Yeah, 15. Okay. Padding. It's alright as is. So copy this. Our grid view also needs that. So we just put a padding instead for this guy. Yeah, 15 dp. And boom. We have our page ready. So now we can test and see if the circle really works. And then the next part, we would actually now work on the back functionality to put in the data here. So let's test out and see if our card view little trick works out. This is a longer video than I expected it to be, but you know, these things take time. Alright, it's loaded. Finally, I fixed this, so now it's landing on the registration view. I'm going to log in, clicking on that, click login, and yeah, so our circle works perfectly. That's great. Problem is that this white top doesn't allow for the bottom things to work, which is kind of a problem. So I think the solution would be to give it like a transparency, something like a 60% transparency. So I'm going to try that right now. Let's give it like a 60% transparency. So I just say 63. Color primary dark. I'm actually surprised that it took that one. Wait, where is that? White. What's going on? Color primary dark. Oh, okay. It's taking white. So here, I'd say white, and then I'm going to say trans white. So for transparent, I guess you can put underscore. Okay. Trans white 63. Trans white. Let's try again. It freezes every once in a while, which kind of makes developing really frustrating. Because I want things to run smooth, but you know, I guess it has its own plans. Just don't have your plans, please. Hello, thanks. You know, you're not supposed to have plans. These things are a little bit too clustered. I might reduce the font size just to make it fit. Adding a new thing, I need to, okay. Come on. That did nothing. Well, I mean, I can kind of see it now, but by God, that did a whole bunch of nothing. But that's alright. That is all right. If I made it black, would it be okay? I just hope it still looks okay with the whole theme of this. I'm trying to keep to this. It's white up here, but then the text is all dark, so I might have to Google on how to get that to work. So okay, yeah, so we have our toolbar, our bottom nav bar, whatever this is. Yeah, in the next part we would work on the functionality to get all these things to show up and all that. So see you then.